Ladies and gentlemen, inside you right now, there are two versions of yourself fighting for control. One is strong, fearless, unstoppable, the version that will take you to your dreams. The other is weak, fragile, full of excuses, the version that wants you to stay small. And every decision you make feeds one and kills the other. The truth is, your weak self has stolen too much of your life already. Today is the day you stop negotiating with it. Today is the day you kill that weak version of yourself before it kills your destiny. Every single one of us has two versions living inside. One is strong, resilient, unbreakable, the version that dreams without limits and dares without hesitation. The other is weak, insecure, fragile, the version that whispers excuses, that clings to comfort, that keeps us chained to the ground while our destiny is waiting in the sky. And today, I'm asking you to make a choice. Because you cannot rise while you keep entertaining the weak version of yourself. You have to kill it. You have to bury it. You have to strip away everything that keeps you from becoming who you were meant to be. The weak version of you is clever. It shows up dressed in the disguise of safety. It says, don't take that risk. What if you fail? It says, don't speak up. People might judge you. It says, don't dream too big. You'll only end up disappointed. It says all the things that sound logical, but in reality, they are chains, invisible chains that look like protection, but are nothing more than prisons. And if you keep listening, you'll wake up one day realizing you lived small, you loved small, you tried small, and you became small. Think about it. Every time you hesitated to take action, every time you let fear dictate your choice, every time you allowed doubt to silence your voice, that wasn't the strong you. That was the weak version. And if you're honest, that version has stolen more from your life than any failure ever could. Failure at least teaches. Failure builds resilience. But weakness only robs. It robs you of time, of confidence, of opportunity, of your power. That's why it cannot be managed, cannot be negotiated with, cannot be tolerated. It has to be destroyed. And destroying it is not comfortable. It requires you to look in the mirror and admit, yes, I've been small. Yes, I've played safe. Yes, I've let myself down. But then you make a vow that from this day forward, you will no longer be the victim of your weaker self. You will no longer feed it with excuses. You will no longer let it whisper lies in your head. You will starve it until it dies. You see, life will not reward the weaker version of you. The world doesn't open its doors to hesitation. The world doesn't respect people who constantly second-guess themselves. The world bends only for those who have the audacity to demand more, to walk into the room with unapologetic confidence, to take up space like they belong there. And guess what? You do belong there. But your weaker version has convinced you otherwise. That weaker self tells you, stay quiet, don't shine too bright, don't dream too loud. But that's a lie. Because if you dim your light to make others comfortable, you are betraying your purpose. And the truth is, no one ever remembers the people who played it safe. They remember the ones who risked it all, who broke the mold, who refused to settle. If you want to live a life that matters, you can't do it by nurturing your weak self. You can only do it by killing it. So how do you do that? You do it by choosing discomfort every single day, by choosing discipline over laziness, by choosing action over hesitation, by choosing courage over fear. You wake up and do the thing that scares you. You take the risk that makes your stomach twist. You step into the room that intimidates you. And every time you do, you stab the weak version a little deeper until one day it's gone. But here's the thing, the weak version of you never really disappears forever. It waits, it lurks, it looks for moments of exhaustion, heartbreak, failure, rejection, moments when you're vulnerable. And in those moments, it will try to crawl back. That's when you remind yourself that you've come too far to let it win. That's when you remind yourself that strength is a daily choice, not a one-time event. That's when you fight harder than ever before. Because strength is not inherited, it is built. And it is built in the battlefield of your own choices. Every rep in the gym, every early morning when you rise while others sleep, every uncomfortable conversation, every time you bet on yourself when no one else does, that is you killing the weak version. That is you proving, not to the world, but to yourself, that you will not settle for average. And yes, people will question you. They will doubt you. They will call you arrogant for believing in yourself too much. But let them talk. Their voices are the soundtrack of mediocrity. And you were never meant to live in mediocrity. You were meant to break boundaries, to exceed expectations, to redefine what's possible for you. And that only happens when you silence the voice inside that says you can't, and instead amplify the one that screams you can. Think about the future version of you, the one who has already achieved everything you dream of. That version is standing tall, confident, proud, untouchable. That version is living a life that most people only fantasize about. Now ask yourself, which version got them there? The strong one or the weak one? The answer is obvious, which means the only thing standing between you and that future is the version of yourself you keep choosing every day. Stop choosing weakness. Stop choosing fear. Stop choosing hesitation, because the longer you keep choosing them, the further you drift. Roam your destiny. Your future is not built in one grand moment. It's built in the small daily choices where you either strengthen your power or feed your weakness. Every choice is a vote, and every vote counts. So, what are you voting for? Look back at your life. Every single time you listened to the weak version, regret followed. Every time you listened to the strong one, growth followed. That pattern will never change. Regret or growth, those are your options. And the decision is always in your hands. So today I challenge you, make the weak version of yourself uncomfortable. Put it in situations it hates. Put yourself on the stage, in the gym, in the meeting room, in the arena. And when your weak voice says, you can't handle this, smile and say, watch me. That's how you kill it. Not by talking about it, not by planning it, but by acting. Action is the weapon that destroys weakness. You were not born to be fragile. You were not born to live invisible. You were not born to carry the weight of fear like a crown on your head. You were born to be powerful, to be loud, to be unstoppable. And every single time you reject the weak version of yourself, you move closer to that destiny. So stop negotiating with it. Stop making excuses for it. Stop giving it a seat at the table of your life. Weakness does not deserve your energy. Fear does not deserve your loyalty. Doubt does not deserve your voice. Kill it. Kill it with discipline. Kill it with action. Kill it with courage. And once you do, you'll discover a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. Stronger, bolder, fiercer, limitless. You will discover that when you silence the weak version of yourself, the world begins to open in ways you never imagined. Doors that seemed locked will suddenly start to move. Opportunities that looked impossible will start to find their way to you. Because the truth is, life does not give power to those who hesitate. It gives power to those who declare who they are with conviction. The weak version of you waits for permission. The strong version creates its own permission. The weak version hopes for opportunities. The strong version creates them. The weak version plays small to avoid judgment. The strong version understands that judgment is just proof that you dared to stand out. Every single time you decide to step into your strong self, you are reprogramming your mind. You are showing yourself that fear is not a wall, but a test. Fear is not there to stop you. It is there to reveal how badly you want what you say you want. If you let fear stop you, then maybe you didn't want it enough. But if you step forward despite the fear, that is the signal to your soul that you are ready for more. And once you prove you are ready, life will hand you more. The weak version wants to be comfortable, but comfort is a slow death. Comfort looks like rest, but it is actually decay. You cannot grow in comfort. Growth demands fire. Growth demands pressure. Growth demands that you put yourself in rooms where you feel unprepared, in conversations where you feel unqualified, in challenges where you feel unready. Because the truth is, you'll never be fully ready. If you wait until you're ready, you'll wait forever. The strong version of you doesn't wait. It moves first and figures it out along the way. Think of every person who has achieved greatness. Not one of them was born ready. Not one of them had all the answers. They weren't fearless. They were brave enough to act while afraid. A weak version of you will always say, someday. Someday when you're more confident. Someday when you have more money. Someday when you have more support. But someday is a myth. Someday is the graveyard of dreams. The strong version of you understands that the only time is now. Now is where you build. Now is where you fight. Now is where you win. And yes, you will fall. You will get rejected. You will be laughed at. You will feel the sting of embarrassment. But those things are not signs that you are weak. They are signs that you are in the arena. They are proof that you are alive, that you are moving, that you are chasing something real. Weakness avoids the arena to stay safe. But safety has never created legends. Safety has never built legacies. Safety has never changed the world. So ask yourself, do you want safety or do you want greatness? Greatness is expensive. It will cost you your excuses. It will cost you your comfort. It will cost you friendships that keep you small. It will cost you sleepless nights. It will cost you the version of yourself that always hesitates. But in return, greatness gives you power. It gives you pride. It gives you freedom. It gives you the life you were meant to live. And that is worth everything. When you decide to kill the weak version of yourself, you will notice resistance. People around you might get uncomfortable. They've known you as the one who played small, the one who blended in, the one who never challenged them by standing taller. And when you suddenly decide to rise, it will scare them. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because your courage exposes their lack of it. Your strength forces them to confront their weakness. And not everyone will like that. Some will criticize, some will doubt, some will even try to pull you back. But remember, their reaction is not a reflection of your path. It is a reflection of their fear. The weak version of you cares too much about what people think. The strong version understands that opinions don't pay bills. Opinions don't build dreams. Opinions don't create destiny. The only opinion that truly matters is the one you hold about yourself. If you see yourself as strong, the world will eventually catch up. But if you continue to see yourself as weak, no amount of external validation will ever fill that void. Confidence is not given, it is claimed. And the only way to claim it is to act like the strongest version of yourself, even before you fully believe it. Acting strong when you don't feel strong is not faking, it's training. Just like an athlete trains their body until it transforms, you train your mind until it transforms. Every time you take action while scared, you are doing a rep for your mind. Every time you speak up when you want to stay silent, you are building mental muscle. Every time you refuse to give in to excuses, you are strengthening your core. And just like the body, the mind responds to consistent training. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes natural. What once felt terrifying becomes easy. But this transformation requires consistency. The weak version of you loves motivation. It loves to feel good in the moment, but does nothing afterward. The strong version of you doesn't rely on fleeting motivation. It relies on discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you don't want to move. Discipline is what makes you show up when you're tired. Discipline is what keeps you moving when no one is watching. Weakness looks for inspiration. Strength creates it. Weakness waits for the perfect conditions. Strength moves in imperfect conditions. That's why discipline will always separate the strong from the weak. And understand this, you don't kill the weak version of yourself in one big battle. You kill it in daily decisions. It's in the decision to go for a run when your body says no. It's in the decision to speak your truth when silence feels safer. It's in the decision to charm. See the dream even when the outcome is uncertain. Small choices, repeated over time, create transformation. You don't need to slay the dragon all at once. You kill it one cut at a time. The weak version is sneaky. It will come dressed as logic, telling you that you're just being realistic. But reality is shaped by the bold, not the timid. Every invention, every breakthrough, every revolution was created by someone who refused to listen to the weak voice of realism. The strong version of you dares to be delusional, dares to believe in things that don't exist yet, dares to imagine a life that looks impossible today. Because what is impossible? Impossible is just a label for things that haven't been done yet. And you were not put here to recycle mediocrity. You were put here to create new realities. And let me tell you something. There will always be a fight between these two versions inside you. Every morning when you wake up, the weak version will whisper, stay in bed. And the strong version will whisper, get up. When you face rejection, the weak version will say, see, you're not good enough. The strong version will say, this is proof you're in the game. When you fail, the weak version will say, quit now, it's safer. The strong version will say, try again, you're closer than you think. This battle never ends. But the side you feed is the side that wins. Feed your strength. Feed it with courage, with discipline, with relentless action. And starve your weakness. Refuse to give it your time, your energy, your belief. The weak version of you is not your friend. It is your enemy disguised as comfort. And if you're not careful, it will steal your entire life. You have to remind yourself every single day that the weak version of you is always waiting for a moment of weakness to sneak back in. It doesn't disappear just because you had a powerful day yesterday. It doesn't vanish because you pushed yourself once. It lingers, it hides, and it waits for you to drop your guard. That's why growth requires constant vigilance. You have to protect your mind the way a warrior protects a battlefield. Because that's exactly what it is. Your thoughts are the front line of this war, and whichever version of you dominates that space will dominate your life. The weak version of you loves comfort, and the dangerous thing about comfort is that it doesn't scream. It whispers. It comes quietly, slowly convincing you to delay your dreams by one more day, to push your goals one more week, to take the easy route just this once. And before you know it, a year has gone by, then 2, then 5. And you look in the mirror wondering where the time went. That is the cost of letting the weak version win. It doesn't take your life in one blow. It steals it, one compromise at a time. But here's the truth. You already know what it feels like to let weakness control you. You've lived it. You've tasted regret. You felt the frustration of knowing you could have done more, could have tried harder, could have gone further. And that pain is the proof you need that the weak version of you cannot be trusted. If you want transformation, you must make the pain of regret heavier than the pain of discipline. One will break you, the other will build you. The strong version of you doesn't need permission to rise. It doesn't wait for the perfect plan. It doesn't demand guarantees. It understands that greatness is never given. It is seized. And seizing requires you to be bold enough to step forward into the unknown. The weak version thrives in predictability. It wants CE. Certainty. It wants guarantees before action. But life doesn't work that way. You don't get the guarantee first. You get the result after the leap. That's why the weak version is always stuck at the starting line, while the strong version is already halfway through the race. And this is the painful reality. The weak version of you will always have company. There are millions of people who live in weakness, so you will never feel alone if you choose that path. You'll be surrounded by people who justify mediocrity, who make excuses sound noble, who celebrate being average. They will tell you that chasing more is unrealistic, that playing safe is wise, that taking risks is reckless. They will try to normalize weakness so you don't feel guilty about embracing it. But you weren't created to live an ordinary life. You weren't created to just exist. You were created to build, to impact, to inspire, to become a force so undeniable that your very existence changes the room you walk into. And for that, you must be willing to stand alone. The strong version of you often walks a lonely road because very few have the courage to face themselves honestly. Very few are willing to confront their own weakness, to look it in the eye and say, not today. But loneliness is a small price to pay for freedom. Because when you break through the chains of weakness, you gain something most people will never have. Power. Not power over others, power over yourself. The ability to command your mind, to master your emotions, to direct your life instead of being directed by it. The weak version always blames. It blames circumstances, it blames people, it blames timing. The strong version takes responsibility. Even when life throws pain, betrayal, or failure, the strong version says, this is mine to deal with. This is my responsibility. I will carry it and I will rise from it. Because power is Nepal. Oat in the blame, it's in ownership. The moment you own your life, no one can control you. The moment you stop pointing fingers and start pointing inward, that's when you realize you always had the strength to change. The weak version clings to the past. It replays mistakes, failures, heartbreaks until it convinces you that you're unworthy of moving forward. But the past cannot be changed. The strong version knows that yesterday doesn't define tomorrow. What defines tomorrow is the choice you make today. Every single day is a reset. A chance to declare war on your weakness and step